We always suspected that powerful members of Congress would direct TARP money to their favorite banks, and now we have evidence. When TARP first began, it was meant for healthy, well-run banks. It was even in the legislation, but Washington, being Washington, the most powerful congressman kind of leapfrogged over that barrier to make sure that money went exactly to where they wanted it, regardless of merit. Well, now the watchdog group Judicial Review has uncovered some very revealing emails that show just how far those powerful congressmen went to turn TARP into a personal fund for their friends. Joining us now from D.C. is the president of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton. Tom, great to see you. How did you get these emails?
We had to sue for them. We asked the Obama administration for them back in January, and the most transparent administration in history only turned them over to us after we sued for them.
Who was it that you sued? Where did you actually sue them?
Oh, we had to sue the Treasury Department, which has been a stone wall on these and other bailout documents. They're absolutely terrible. But we were able finally to extract this. The Wall Street Journal first reported back in January that Frank contacted regulators, and Frank said, well,
Barney
I don't remember
Frank.
Yeah, Barney Frank, head of the Financial Services Committee of the House, one of the most powerful people in Washington. He contacted the regulators. He said, I don't remember what regulator I talked to. Well, the email we just uncovered says, according to Treasury, Frank's office said he might call Paulson again.
Hold on just 1 second. We can actually put it up on a screen for you. It's just spoke with Jim. Here it is. Just spoke with Jim in BF's office. BF is Barney Frank. This is about OneUnited Bank. There's a minority-owned bank in Barney Frank's district. Maxine Waters is interested in the bank as well. Well, no wonder, because her husband was on the board. Treasury and others met with them last month per the Waters request. There were a big holder in FF Preferred. What is the FF Preferred?
I think it's Fannie Freddie.
Fannie Freddie Preferred. BF Barney Frank is interested and may call HMP. Now, that's Henry Paulson, who was Treasury Secretary at the time, right?
That's right. And a decision maker, obviously, again. So he's already talked to him about this. You know, and Frank would have everyone believe that he talked to a regulator as if it was the normal course. But when you have the head of the Financial Services Committee calling up the Treasury Secretary about a particular bank, a very troubled bank.
Yeah.
You know, I took a look at the records that they had around the time these calls were made, and they were showing net income of minus $46 million.
And it's not just so much their position; it's the way that they ran their operation, which a lot of people have fingered as being a terribly run bank, right?
They're still terribly run. As a result of Frank's intervention, they got this $12 million in taxpayer cash under TARP. They're still a disaster. They're not paying the dividends as other banks have been paying.
They're not paying the dividends.
So it's a big loss. It's a big loss for us. Because
there have been a lot of banks that have actually paid back. They're not only not paid back, but they're not paying the dividends. I mean, what's up with that? What can we do now to try to twist their arm a little, get them to pay it back?
Well, what do we do about Barney Frank? I mean, he's headed the Financial Services Committee. He's obviously doing a favor for his friend Maxine Waters, who my understanding is had a lot of stock in the bank as well, in addition to her husband being a former board member. And he's headed the Financial Services Committee and treating TARP like another pork barrel project.
Which is exactly what it's become in many ways. But quickly, let me just ask, is there going to be an official investigation, as if those guys can investigate themselves?
Well, there ought to be, and, we'll all grow old waiting for accountability from Congress. Nancy Pelosi is going to hold Barney Frank accountable. He needs to be accountable through public disclosure of this real scandal.
Can we get an independent prosecutor, though, somebody from outside the system to investigate those inside the system?
You might think so, but I don't think you're going to see one out of Eric Holder's Justice Department.
Got to leave it at that. Tom Fitton, great work, Tom. Congratulations on getting those emails, sharing them with us. Coming up on deck, Elmo. He is